Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
The Inside Edge Network is brought to you by Fanatics. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans, dedicated to our favorite teams and athletes, to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We're talking NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, National Hockey League, the NCAA. I'm a wrestling guy as well. We got WWE apparel available too. It allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. It's right there in the corner of your screen. Get your official gear. Level up with us at Fanatics.com.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
It is 12:02 here on a Monday night, Tuesday morning. Welcome to Midnight Run, the first of 5 shows this week and every single week. Here with you Monday through Friday here on the Inside Edge Network and on all of our socials at Inside Edge Net. Glad to have you with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow that little bell on the YouTube. Hit it, and you get all of our notifications all set and ready to go. And I'm going to be real here for a second. I'm going to open up for 2 seconds on one of the pillars of our network, which is mental health, for a hot second. I truly believe Unfiltered with Kyle Cradell, they're going to do great. Inside Edge, Prime Time with Eli and Chad, they're going to do great. By the way, shout out to Eli. He's my producer tonight and every night. But when we announced the daily lineup, it was this show that people are like, what? 5 days? Including Friday night? You're going to do this? We'll see. We'll see. No. I don't sleep. We go hard. We go hard in the paint. That's what I do. That's what our team does. We go hard in the paint, delivering great content, delivering phenomenal stuff to you. We go hard. And that's the only way I know about this. And when we started this network 9 months ago, it was to slowly build, but we got to deliver. And let's effing go. Why not? Let's effing go. Now, with that being said, and the other mental health part of this too was like, yeah, some things happened. I mean, it was a year ago now, but like some things happened and like, all right, I need to reevaluate some things and I need to go even harder because we don't have days to waste. You know, until the Lord calls us back home, job's not done. Every day we live this, every day that we do this, every day you're here, we got to do this. We gotta get that W each and every single day. So we ain't got time to feel sorry for ourselves and things like that. We just don't. Not to say that we don't have bad days. I've had bad days, a lot of bad days, but they don't care. We're here to win. We're here to deliver. We're here to win. So we're going to do that. We're going to make things happen. Keep God in your life. Things will work out absolutely well. Now, before we get into the Jarrett Allen which we'll talk about because Jarrett Allen deserves the opening segment, which we'll give to him in just a little bit before we get into the historical significance of that Game 7 W for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Browns. We'll talk about them too, coming up a little bit later on. Let me bring in my producer, my guy, Mr. Eli Moon. The golden child is on the screen. He's ready to go.
I'm ready.
He's ready for Taco Bell right now.
I am.
Golden child.
Dude, I am so ready for Taco Bell. I ate half a quesadilla before prime time. Running around, staying busy, as you mentioned. We're here busy on the network, just making a lot of different moves. And I got home, got situated, had like half a Taco Bell quesadilla. There's like the other half is staring at me currently right now. If it had eyes, it'd get up and walk. If it had legs, it'd get up and walk away. Walk over here to me and say what's up. But I have some good Taco Bell on the other end of this show, Double A. I don't know how everybody else feels about eating room temperature Taco Bell, but listen, man, I'm a wild child. And
there's no such thing as bad Taco Bell.
You're damn right.
There's no such thing as bad Taco Bell. There's no, honestly, whatever you eat at this time of night, there's no such bad thing.
Yeah. No, but I'm well. It's as you mentioned, a great day. For the network. Someone to say groundbreaking. I mean, daily shows. Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. every day of the week. Inside Edge Prime Time. If you just tuned in, Chad and I just did an hour from 10 to 11. We're here with you Monday through Friday as well. And then obviously you, bro, you were rocking 12 to 1 Monday through Friday. A ton of other great shows and a lot of exciting stuff. So a great day. And the weather was finally 70s.
I just realized, Eli.
Yeah.
I got people from my day job watching this right now. So they're keeping track. If I oversleep, we got trainings tomorrow.
Now I'll give you a few hints, or tips to success for somebody that is a perpetual napper. Set like 25 alarms, 2-minute increments of each other. And yes, you will be panicked by the 5th one, but you'll rather be panicked by the 5th one that's really about 20 minutes earlier than you should have been up than the 25th one that goes off, and that's usually my oh shit alarm.
See, so. I can't do the multiple alarms because I guess in my mind, 2 is my limit.
Yeah.
If I do more than 2, then my body is automatically trained to disrespect the first alarm. Almost like push it off.
Fair.
Like that first alarm doesn't exist. Especially if it's like crazy early. So I'll tell you this, when I was producing on the morning show at the Fan, and I had to be up at like 3-something in the morning, which tell that guy that I'm doing this show now. That'll be amazing. 3 a.m. have the alarm. The alarm that scared me was, oh crap, if I see the sunrise, I'm losing this place. I'm not going to be able to pay bills. I'm not going to be able to. The old crap.
Yeah. It's a real thing, Double A. I woke up, man. I can't tell you how many times I woke up and the sun's shining and I'm in a panic. It's like, oh no. And it's just like 7 a.m.
Oh man. If I see the sun, that is a problem. Now, with that being said, in honor of us debuting here 5 nights a week, Eli.
Yes.
You ready to play Gummy Trivia? Sorry, Midnight Trivia. Midnight Trivia.
I was like, this isn't what we went over. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for Midnight Trivia. A Midnight Run Trivia. I'm ready.
Here we go. It is time. Hold up. Let me get my attire real quick. I should have got game show music. Hold up.
It's okay. I'll play the music. This is the time to remind everybody while W is grabbing his stuff. If you are a business that is looking for promotion, that is looking for, to tie themselves to a great team here on the Inside Edge Network, then go ahead and reach out. You'll see Double A's handle. You see my handle. Reach out to us, and we'd love to have you aboard as one of our fantastic partners. Now back to Double A Anthony Alford. Nice.
It is time for Midnight Run Trivia. Eli, are you ready? Now, these are extensive questions. This will test your strength. This will test your brain power, your memory, your dedication to the craft, to the game. This will test it all. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready. I just hope I win a card. That'd be sick. All right.
You might win a card from Walgreens. All right, here we go. Question number 1.
Yeah.
I need you to name for me all of the networks that have televised one or more games of the NBA playoffs.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ESPN, NBC, and Peacock. Amazon Prime Video. I feel like there's another one. Hold on. TNT hasn't done anything. They lost everything.
TNT's out.
ABC.
ABC, that is correct. I think that's all 5. That's all
right.
5.
Okay.
There you go. ABC, NBC, Peacock, ESPN, and Prime. You got all 5. All right, here's the next question. Game 1 of the Cavaliers-Pistons will take place tomorrow on Tuesday night. Later on tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off. Eli and Chad will have pregame coverage with Cavs radio voice Tim Alcorn at 6:30, by the way. That's not part of the trivia. That's just me plugging for you to tune in. Which network will be airing Game 1 of Cavaliers and Pistons?
As much as I want to say one of the big networks, I'm going to go Amazon Prime Video, and I'm locking it in.
And that is incorrect.
Dang, where are we at?
We're on Peacock. Oh, I forgot a network. NBCSN.
Wow. So, yeah, dang. So I'm losing points after the question. This is crazy. I mean, and you know what? I think we mentioned this on Main Event, but under the pressure, I just don't think I was ready for that question. I felt like we were an Amazon Prime Video Game 1. I mean, the fact that they did it to us all round 1, but I mean, all right.
That's okay. Here's the next question.
All right.
Here's the next question. Game 2. Game 2 will take place Thursday night. Which network will be airing Game 2 of Cavaliers Pistons?
And we're not a standalone game. There's no way we're a standalone game. Okay, so there's other series LeBron's playing in the playoffs. This is Amazon Prime Video.
That is correct. Amazon Prime. That is correct.
Yeah.
Steve Nash, D. Wade, Stan Van Gundy, Taylor Rooks. Oh, Taylor Rooks.
Can somebody get Stan Van a cough drop, by the way? That dude was struggling in Game 1 or Game 7. I mean, my goodness. All right. I'll love to Stan Van, but get him a cough drop.
All right. You know what my next question is going to be.
No, we didn't go over the questions beforehand, so I have no idea.
Game 3 of Cavaliers Pistons. Now, Game 3 will take place here in Cleveland, downtown Cleveland. 3 o'clock tip on Saturday.
Oh, this is ABC.
And that is incorrect.
Are we on Amazon Prime Video again?
That is also incorrect.
So what are we on, ESPN?
That is incorrect.
We're running out of stations. Are we on Peacock?
NBC and Peacock, Game 3.
Okay. I was starting to get worried if we weren't going to have the channel. Okay.
All right. Final question. Game 4, Monday night next week.
Oh, yeah.
8 o'clock tip.
Okay, this is back on Amazon Prime Video. It has to be. And if it's not, it's ESPN. But I feel like it's Amazon Prime Video.
The correct answer is Tubi. I'm kidding. No, it's NBC.
Okay, all right. Jeez. Hey, they gave us some love. I mean, I thought there'd be a lot more Amazon Prime Video games, but I guess playing the top seeded Detroit Pistons, we're in the know now. We're the guys.
So, did you see tonight's playoff schedule?
A little bit.
So tonight's playoff schedule, 2 games, right? So in the old days, when it was just ESPN and TNT, you would have a doubleheader in the second round. 1 game's on NBC, the other one's on Peacock.
Dude,
Eli, I can put this down. That's the end of the game. You lost. You get no prizes.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't matter. You gain nothing.
Dude, I think I did pretty bad there, actually. Like that
was an embarrassing effort by you, Mr. Moon. That was you wouldn't even be on Whose Line Is It anyway. Where the points don't matter. You wouldn't have made the final stage.
I just wanted a chance to say hi to all the people watching at home. That's all.
You can't even go to fake Disney World. You couldn't even do that.
No.
I was watching Nickelodeon. I was watching a clip of from Legends of the Hidden Temple. before. Oh, that's before your time.
It was like I was all like called like the tail end of it on Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Like the tail end of it, like when they were running around and they had the maze and you had to beat the obstacle course. And so I remember a little bit of it. I think me and you would have been a dangerous duo in that game, to be honest with you. I think they're actually lucky they put an end to that game because they didn't want to see us coming. Yeah.
We could have. We could have. Now, I don't, as legendary as Double Dare is, I don't sense that people would be accepting of getting slimed on in 2026.
No.
There are some who've been getting slimed in other ways, but I don't think they want it. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Eli. Let's talk Jarrett Allen. Okay. Game 7. Jarrett Allen became a grown man. He became a grown man. Did you see Jarrett Allen, by the way, enter the game? I forgot who he looked at over at the Raptors near the end of the game, but he basically shot it, go home. I mean, that was amazing. I thought Jarrett Allen had his most impressive series, at least the last couple of games defensively. He was locking down, but all the talk. Actually, hold on for a second. This is hot now. The game's over. Hold up. All the talk. There we go. I'm putting this back on. All the talk with Jarrett Allen about the lights being too bright, not being able to close out games, getting punked, looking soft. And look what happens in Game 7. 22 points, 19 rebounds, locking down Toronto's best players and not getting punked out there on the court. On a night where Dennis Schroeder had to call out Donovan Mitchell on the floor. Did you catch that, by the way? Donovan Mitchell, when the Cavs were down by 10 points, middle of the second quarter, Toronto, which started that game, craziness. In your face, they looked like they were competing on a Nickelodeon game show. In your face, boom, everything. And Donovan Mitchell got in his head, gave the ball up, didn't get back on defense. And Dennis Schroeder was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Jarrett Allen, I saw a grown man. I saw a grown man emerge, especially in that third quarter. He had 14 points in the third quarter alone. When the game opened up, Jarrett Allen had 14 points, 10 critical rebounds, and I thought the play of the game. He missed a free throw, call ball, basically. It's like street ball. You call ball, missed the free throw, got his offensive rebound, off and running. That, you needed that. You absolutely needed that. The question has always been, I mean, we talked about it. Jarrett Allen's had incredible performances in the regular season. Now, could he produce in the playoffs? And I'll also add on, this career-defining game for Jarrett Allen did happen with Evan Mobley in foul trouble for most of Game 7. Now, I heard Kyle earlier today on Unfiltered. I know he floated the idea of potentially splitting Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go that far just yet, but I will tell you that it was clear that Jarrett Allen, when he was the focal point at the center position as the big guy, and for once, he actually had the size advantage. That does not happen often. But for once, he had the size advantage against Toronto, and it made a world's difference. And he played angry. I'm watching Jarrett Allen. Like, you could tell the dude was pissed. All the critics, everyone who called him soft, everything, he took it out on the Raptors. He said, F you guys. He took it out on the Raptors. And I loved everything about it. Now, we got to have a deep conversation when we come back from break about what that Game 7 win meant. What that Game 7 means, because I was doing some studying on what could have happened if we would have lost that game. and a team that Donovan Mitchell was previously on, that's just finished up year 4 of their rebuild. We would have lost yesterday. We're having that conversation. We're not out of the woods from that conversation yet, because if the Cavs lose this series, if they lose in 5, we're doing this show next week and the season's over. We are going to still have this conversation, but at least for now, we're not going to. But I really believe Game 7 last night, take away the championship win, take away a game or two, in recent memory, one of the most impressive Cleveland sports victories in recent memory. Talking the last 20, 30 years. We'll talk about that coming up on the other side. Plus, Deshaun, what happens if he actually plays good? Okay, don't kill me. We'll be back.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's Chad Bryan, Eli Moon here from Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We just had a great show. And if you tuned in, you saw we talked Cavaliers. They're moving on against the Detroit Pistons. We talked about that, and Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics, and a lot of drama there over there in Massachusetts. Chad, we talked about all that, but of course, I couldn't get away from talking baseball with my baseball guy, Chad Bryan. We talked some Gardos.
We talked a lot of Gardos. Jose Ramirez coming up on a huge, huge milestone. If you missed it, please go back, watch the episode, check that out. It's amazing. He's about to join a very, very, very exclusive list. And should Austin Hedges be playing every day behind the plate? Should he be catching every day for the Guardians?
We talked about that and so much more. You're going to have to catch us tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tuesday Top 5. And I'm laying it down. The top 5 cheeseburgers I've ever eaten from a reasonable place. Tune in tomorrow. Same time, 10 to 11 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. Follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials. See you then.
Clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Helps you lock in and focus. Over 15 absolute fire flavors to choose from. Visit Dubby.gg and use promo code InsideEdge10.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
That is pretty cool. We are, it is May. We are hitting wedding season, of course. Mosser Moments Photography. They have me covered. If you're in the season of getting married, that won't be my case, but for anybody else out there watching, that could be you for sure. I was asked by a friend Sunday to be a groomsman, so that was actually pretty cool. I don't know if his wedding's going to be here in the area or like North Carolina or something like that, but it's going to happen next summer, a year from now. But that's pretty cool. But Mosser Moments Photography, our own Ryan Mosser, his wife Holly, they take care of you for sure in wedding season. So if you have a friend, you have a loved one or anything like that, or if you're getting married or getting close to that, they have you covered. InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Also, you want to check our website out, personalities, our shows, information. You get to see all of our partners. We got a lot of great stuff coming your way. So you want to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com, as well as our merch store. Already put in an order for a polo. So my polo is on its way. My Inside Edge Network polo, but you get yours as well. And there's like 3,000 different colors of shirts you can get, whether it's shirts, T-shirts, polos. You can even have, glasses, or, things like that. So, or glass, but they got all that taken care of. InsideEdgeNetwork.com. I was thinking about the significance of yesterday's game, right? It's just the wave of emotions. I remember the very first time, I'm going to show my age here for a hot second, probably in the younger side of things. I remember the very first time I believed in sports superstitions, when the idea of, oh crap, I can't stay in one spot to watch a big game. For me, the first time for that was the 2002 Ohio State football national championship game against Miami, which I didn't know this when I was watching this, that I was watching one of the greatest college football championship games ever played, going into the double overtime. I watched that at my grandma's, and I kid you not, I watched like two possessions on one end of the couch, watched another possession on another part of the couch. I went to my grandma's bedroom upstairs and watched a quarter up there. And then went to another room and watched something there. I sat on a stairway and watched something, a nervous wreck. And but something good happens. Okay, stay in the spot. But if we get sacked or something happens, something bad happens, all right, you got to move. It's just nerves, right? That kicked in last night for me. I'm not even joking. That kicked in. If you follow me on socials, particularly Instagram, I said here in our studio, my place, this little ass place here, I moved to like 5 different spots, including this seat right here where the TV is behind the cameras, to watch last night's game. And when I tell you, if we would have went on the air, main event, myself, Eli, Robert Zicki, if we would have went on the air last night after midway through the second quarter, this network may or may not exist, have existed. The anger, the F-bombs, all of that stuff that would have flew if they would have blew that series. And the way that the game started, that was how it was tracking at first. A lot of the mistakes, a lot of the Cavs not showing up in big moments, all that was there. And then as we talked about in the last segment, Jarrett Allen reversed course. Jarrett Allen all of a sudden became the biggest bully on the floor. So that was amazing to see. And hopefully, and we need that Jarrett Allen in this Pistons series and really the rest of the playoffs. And I was thinking about this too real quick. This run, let's just say the Cavaliers go all the way. Let's say it happens, or at least go to the finals. It's almost like the Cavaliers had to overcome their demons to go all the way, right? So that gritty first round series, you had to put the team on your back. You had to get that W. Now that dreaded second round that they have not been able to get past. Well, in order to get past it, you got to beat JB Bickerstaff. Something's got to give because Bickerstaff wasn't able to get past the second round either. So something's got to give, but Bickerstaff doesn't coach our team. I support our team here in Cleveland. We're Cleveland's digital leader, not Detroit's. Although if you're watching from Detroit, thank you for tuning in. With that being said, if you overcome the Pistons, man, imagine if New York's there. And the New York Knicks, they were the first team that started all this nonsense back in 2023. And if you recall, the Cavaliers were favored by a lot of people in that series against the Knicks in 2023 in that first round series. And, game one, we won game one, but then things slipped up. It was just bad. But at least we're still in it. And I understand the frustrations, and I get it, especially, and listen, if we look back tomorrow, I'm going to be raising the roof here at this very time tomorrow night. So I'm not trying to say otherwise, but man, things could have been a lot different. I will never, ever forget. First off, look at what Utah's going through right now. Utah, they looked at their team, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and said they're not good enough, which they probably weren't good enough to get to the promised land. So they blew it up. And they're having questions about our guy, Lauri Markkanen, because the last 2 years, he hasn't been able to play more than 50 games. So they're having questions out there with Utah. And when you hear, all right, we got to do a rebuild. You think a rebuild is a year, maybe 2 years. They're on year 4, going into year 5 of their rebuild. That would be the conversation we would be having here in Cleveland. Would we be prepared to blow up the most expensive roster to legitimately go through a multi-year rebuild? That would be the conversation we would be having if Jarrett Allen did not come through on Sunday night. That would be the conversation. And I'll also add in Max Strus, Sam Merrill, I'll add, those guys in as well. Mitchell finally started to show up a little bit. I'll add him in there. Need to see more from Donovan Mitchell, more on him as the week goes on. Hopefully in a positive light, not in a bad light. But can you imagine going through the bottom? Actually, you don't have to imagine. We've been there. It wasn't that long ago. It seemed like it's forever. It wasn't that long ago. Go back to 2018. 2018, I know Kyrie wasn't here anymore, but LeBron, Kevin Love, we go to the finals. And man, if only J.R. Smith knew how much time was left on the clock at the end of game 1 of the 2018 finals, who would have known? Maybe we could have snuck in a few games in the finals in 2018. Who knows? I will never forget. And I don't know if I shared this story with Eli or not, but I'll share with you guys here. I will never forget. Actually, Eli, you come on the screen for this because I need to tell you this. I will never forget in 2018, going into the NBA draft, LeBron's going to work with Colin Sexton. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Colin Sexton's drafted. LeBron, a week later, goes to the Lakers. The Cleveland Indians, Guardians, whatever, they're in the postseason, getting cheated out of the postseason by the Houston Astros that year. And I'll never forget, I'm working the board at TAM, Eli. We had like a 30-minute post-game show because the knockout game for the Guardians was in the middle of the afternoon. And then we transitioned from the end of the postseason for the Cleveland Indians to preseason basketball featuring Colin Sexton.
Yeah. So I was in the building, like when Colin Sexton had his presser, was covering the event, had his opening presser, and everybody in Cleveland tried to get excited. Colin Sexton, he's got that dog in him. He's a young bull. I think he's playing for the Bulls right now or somewhere along the lines of that. We tried to believe in Colin Sexton, and it's just crazy to think, AA. We were once at a point where the backcourt was Colin Sexton and Darius Garland with a very clever name here. And then we've gone all the way from that to Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. The one constant, though, is Jarrett Allen. The one constant since they got this ball rolling and got this front court is Jarrett Allen. You took a lot of time talking about him and the moment he had during Game 7. 22 points, 19 rebounds, absolutely incredible. And just crazy times we're living in. One constant though, besides Jarrett Allen, is the New York Knicks. They are still in the fold, and I have a feeling they might be waiting for us. Yeah. Philly, I don't know if they're trusting the process tonight, but
they dominated tonight. I think the one key factor, and again, Eli and Chad will have the voice of the Cavaliers, Tim Alcorn, 6:30, right before tip-off later today. I think the one factor, because I worried about this, I thought Philly got smoked partly. Mostly it's because of the talent. New York's a better team. New York was the only Eastern Conference team, Eli, that did not have to play Game 7.
Yeah. And that mixed with the emotions of Philly finally getting past Boston, Embiid winning his first Game 7 as a professional basketball player. There's a lot of stuff to unpack there, AA. What I will say, though, it's not Wednesday, so we won't unpack it yet. But what I will say is don't count these 76ers out. Everybody did the same thing when they're down 3-1 to Boston. I know it looked ugly tonight. Let's see what Game 2 looks like. And if you're a Cavs fan just like us, you're rooting for this series to go 7. You're absolutely rooting for another 7-game marathon, because if it is the Sixers that get out of it, then you get the Sixers worn out after 2 Game 7 battles. And how healthy is Joel Embiid and the guys at that point? And then if it is the Knicks, well, at least you made them play a little bit more. You got an extra game out of them. So that's. But yes, Colin Sexton. My goodness, bro, what a
Colin Sexton. In 2022 with the Utah Jazz, I believe he was one of the ones traded away for Donovan Mitchell. And then, as in 2026 with the Chicago Bulls. He's only 27, by the way. It seems like Colin Sexton's been in the league forever.
Yeah,
right?
he's still the young bull, Double A. He's still the young bull.
He still is. He still is. Up next, we're going to talk about somebody who's also young, Deshaun Watson. Okay, don't kill me. He is only 30. Okay, I made an offhanded comment yesterday on the main event. So you know when you say something sometimes, and you're like, "Holy crap! Did that just come out of my mouth?" And then like you get in a deep thought about what you said. Okay, here's what I said. What happens if Deshaun Watson actually plays well? Good night, run back after this. Find us online at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on all your favorite Inside Edge Network personalities, favorite shows, and our network partners. And also, we are independent. We are grassroots. Support us and support your local community digital sports leader with our merch store. Yes, we have a merch shop. There it is right there. Look at all the great stuff you can get there. The Champion Packable jacket. Got the Inside Edge Network t-shirt. How about hats? How about a glass? How about an official polo from the Inside Edge Network? We got water bottles as well. And you can customize it. Multiple different colors and sizes that we have available for you. That's right. Rep the network. Support us here at the Inside Edge Network. We are Cleveland's digital leader for sports, entertainment, mental health, and the culture. Check out our merch store right now at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Whether you're searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and player. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, but you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
We have somebody on the socials. They're like, "Oh, you take this show?" No. We are live. We are live. It is 12:47 in the morning here on the East Coast. We do this thing live, 5 days a week. Myself, Eli, we live every weeknight here on Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. I want to remind you, if you're a business decision maker, if you're a content creator, all the above, you got a big event coming up and you want to get the word out, or if you're a business and you want to get your business in front of more sets of eyes, check out our sponsor here at Midnight Run, Omega Video Marketing, led, of course, by Megan Gallagher, 4-time Emmy Award winner. She did work going all the way back to Bowling Green. Shout out to BG24 News out there at BG. Then, of course, over at 13 ABC in Toledo, and then WKYC. And now working downtown Cleveland, different events. Pretty much anything that's popping, Megan has the pulse of Cleveland. And she'll have the pulse for what's going on with you, what's going on with, if you got something going on, an event, a big event coming up again this summer. So it is event season, or this spring, or whatever the weather decides it is on a day-to-day basis here in Cleveland. But it is May, so Megan Gallagher has you covered. Again, Omega Video Marketing. You can reach out to Megan. Her email, meganrg440@gmail.com. meganrg440@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of Megan Gallagher from Omega Video Marketing. We'll talk to Deshaun Watson in 2 minutes. Eli had just brought to my attention during the commercial break, courtesy of Front Office Sports, I think ESPN confirmed it themselves, Skip Bayless is set to appear alongside Stephen A. Smith on First Take on Friday. As a guy who used to enjoy trash TV, let's go. Come on now. Come on. We can't be bitching and moaning about journalistic standards and then secretly like First Take. Classic throwback First Take. Yeah, this is going to be good. I don't think this will be a one-off either. I think this is going to be Skip Bayless. I think he's on weekly with Gilbert Arenas, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, thank you. With Gilbert Arenas, with his pod. So I would not be mistaken if this one-off becomes like Skip Bayless showing up every Monday during football season. I'm going to call it right now. Skip and Stephen A. on Mondays coming this fall. Because those type of shows, you need something like that. You need it. We didn't have time to go over this today, but Kyle put something out. Kyle Cornell put out a video about the Shiloh Sanders, Mary Kay situation. And I talked to Kyle about this on the way back from church, which I should have waited because it kind of took the steam out of what I was going to talk about. But I told him I agree with like 90%, 95% of what he said about Mary Kay and about the other reporters. The one part I disagree with, are we looking for reporters or journalists, or are we looking for insiders or columnists? You know, like, what are we looking for? Because if we're looking for insiders, or are we looking for personalities, I should say? Personalities, yes, they go and report, they ask questions, but they also give their opinion based on what they're hearing. People are telling them what's going on, but Mary Kay did add, I think they should name Deshaun Watson the starter right now. That's not a report. That's that's her editorializing. But they all do it. It's not just a Mary Kay thing. They all do it. But if they didn't do it, would you read it? Would you watch it? Would you listen to it? If you're lying to yourselves, then you would watch C-SPAN every single day and you would read the AP Newswire. But instead, we look at articles, we look at reports, and we seek opinions. It's the reason why we're on the air. is opinions and things like that. So, I think that gets a little iffy from that standpoint. And I will also add, too, relationships do matter. I know what Diana Rossini did with Mike Vrabel. I guess I technically still have to say it. No, I don't need to say allegedly. The picture is there. Yes, that's wrong. Jay Glazer was day drinking with the other 28 head coaches. Telling me that's okay if you want journalistic standards. No, we don't care about that as long as Jay Glazer is giving us the details that's necessary. Come on now. Come on. All right. Back to Deshaun here for a hot second. I said something on these airwaves that I'm deeply, deeply ashamed of. I said, what happens if Deshaun actually plays well? Probably appropriate time to show this comment, Eli. That's what the Browns are trying to do. They're trying to trust the process, even though it's at the very end. We're in year 5. We have 6 minutes left of this show. I want to approach this conversation without emotion. I know that's damn near impossible. Talking about Deshaun is like it's the closest thing to talking about politics as you can get. I want to separate that for a second. Let's talk logically here. First of all, what would define success for Deshaun Watson? Number one, playing more than 7 games. That has not happened since he's been here with the Browns. Looking like a decent football player. That has not happened on the field on a consistent basis since starting for the Cleveland Browns. And let's be frank, he is stealing money from the Cleveland Browns. That's obvious. It's plain and simple. But I do agree, if you feel Shedeur Sanders is not ready, I think he is, but if you feel that he's not ready, you almost kind of use Deshaun Watson as a, you know what, F you, we're going to run you to the effing ground. We're going to get all the money we can get out of you, and we're going to run you to the ground. So you're going to start, and we'll name you the starter. You get all the reps, and we're going to run you to the effing ground because you owe us for the money that we paid you. Okay? What happens if he wins? And how would you define a successful season? Because standards are different, right? If we're talking about the New England Patriots, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills, we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, a successful season would be 12, 13 wins in the regular season, division title, competing for a championship. Obviously, that's not the case here. Now, success here in front of us who has not consistently seen winning for a long time, consistently, 500 might do. And that's like the worst case scenario, because I'll give you this. Let's say Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna go by Eli's theory here for 2 seconds. Eli on this show, when we talked about this last week, said you start Deshaun Watson, the expectation is the division. Okay. In the AFC North, I truly believe the AFC North, you really only need 10 or 11 games to win the division. Let's say the Browns get 9 wins. They're 9-8. They missed the playoffs, but it's the Cleveland Browns. 9 wins would be deemed a highly successful season. Then what? You're out of the running for a top draft pick for a quarterback in 2027. And Deshaun Watson, how do you tell a quarterback who's been successful, hey, thank you for your services, we need you to take a pay cut for your next contract? Oh, and by the way, now that Deshaun, the contract you have currently is untradeable, so we can't trade out of it because no team is going to take that in. Now, if he does get 8-9 wins, I have a feeling his management team, they're going to hold him hostage. They're going to hold the Browns hostage. Because Deshaun, think about what happened the first go around. If we're going to bring this all full circle, Deshaun Watson initially turned Cleveland down. He was going to go, I believe he was going to go to Atlanta. I think that's where he was going to go. He was going to go to the Falcons. And then the Browns circle back with all the money. All the money. Why do I have a feeling? If this happens, and again, it's like a 2% chance, but it's there. And Deshaun Watson probably fits better in Todd Monken's offense at this moment anyway. What if Deshaun Watson says, no, you're going to pay me what you've been paying me, or I'll go somewhere else? Are the Browns that desperate at quarterback to say, okay, we'll pay you what we want, what you want? Because I guarantee you, Deshaun Watson, if he ended up next year in like San Francisco or another contending team, I think he would take a pay cut if that team was a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. I think he would take a pay cut. It's just things to think about. Because we're going to have to cross this bridge somehow, some way. If Deshaun actually plays well, what do the Browns do? They're committed to him through this season. So what they're going to want to do is perhaps sign a new deal during the season. The problem is you really can't do that. But the other problem is that this year is his contract year. So if he does play well, the Browns are screwed. If he doesn't play well, the Browns are screwed. The Browns are screwed. Again, me personally, Shador's good enough. Stop it. Shador's good enough. He just needs to do better at practice. I don't know. What I do know is that we're out of time. What I do know is that we're live and it's 1 a.m. and it's time for me to go to bed. How long do y'all stay up, by the way? If you guys watch this show, how long do you stay up? Do you go right to bed after this show? Or do you play Call of Duty or something?
The show's tomorrow. I can't wait.
5 days a week?
Yeah.
Who made that decision? Like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net, and also go to the website InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Thank you again for tuning in to Midnight Run, here with you every single weekday. Complete Cavs coverage tomorrow. I'll get Unfiltered at 5 with Kyle Cornell, Eli and Chad with Cavs radio voice Tim Alcorn at 6:30. Eli, Chad, and Kyle We'll have post game after the Cavs tomorrow night, prime time, and then midnight run. One stream with the post game stuff. So be here. Subscribe. We got you covered. All right. I'm out of words. It's time for me to go to bed. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.